Robotic affirmations make you a robot. Okay? I am Neil Larthos, the next Abdullah. You are the next Neville Goddard. I'm going to help you to understand that you are God. You are source. No, you did not create the heavens and the earth. No, you did not create Noah's Ark. But all the negative circumstances that you see currently in your life is a creation from you. I hate to break it to you, but it's your fault. But just the same way that you created this reality where you don't get the woman of your dreams, the SP that you've always wanted, the money in your bank account, is the same way that with these affirmations that I'm about to tell you in this video can change your reality forever. Because here's the thing that a lot of you guys don't know. Your 3D circumstances right now, like I just mentioned, were created by you. But what you're seeing currently is simply a reflection of your past assumptions. Now, assumptions, technically speaking, can just be considered another word, another term for affirmations. But you see, a lot of you don't realize that the same way that a manifesting YouTube creator will tell you, just robotic affirm, SP loves me, SP loves me, SP loves me, 1,000,000 times a day. You don't realize that you have been affirming your whole life that SP hates you without you even knowing. And you did not even have to say it once. The same power that 1,000,000 affirmations has is the same power that creating an assumption about your life has when you only have that assumption one time. Because the fact of the matter is, you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to speak it consciously. But if, for example, you get rejected on your very first date in high school, and ever since then, your whole perception on relationships changed. You lost confidence. A big chink in your armor was found in your self-esteem. And because of that, you are now more hesitant to talk to the girl, to cold approach, to when even she's giving you clear, obvious signs, you tell yourself, what's the point? It's just going to end up like the others. And you might not actually, I know I said you tell yourself, but you might not actually even have to tell yourself that. It is just something that you already feel subconsciously. If someone was to say, hey, do you want to go out with us tonight? You're like, I'm good. Where does that sensation come from when you say, I'm good, I don't really feel like it? Because it's a feeling. Where did that feeling come from? Have you ever wondered that? Well, it was based off of all those times that you got rejected. Every single assumption that you have, you can always reverse engineer and go in your past. And when you really dig deep, you're going to remember what caused it all. And you're going to find that you were never sitting on the couch telling yourself, I suck, I'm a loser. You might actually have said those things. And if you do jokingly say that, oh, I'm going to kill myself, and oh, I am the worst, and you know, I suck at relationships, even in conversation, even joking. Like Bruce Lee said, you got to be very careful what you say in front of yourself, because your body can't tell the difference. Your words are like spells. Well, he didn't realize that he understood the law perfectly with that mindset. Be careful what you say consciously, and be careful what you feel subconsciously. So, luckily, affirmations are a huge technique that you can use for this. a huge remedy, right? Because the thing is, when something is so glued onto your subconscious, it's going to take several bullets, just like you shooting at a steel door. But you see, the thing is depending on how strong that steel door is, there's certain times that though a million affirmations might not be able to open that steel door, a million bullets might not unlock the combination, but eventually the way it works is like, if you believe, if you get to the point where your self-concept is changed based off of all these things you're telling yourself, you might not be able to explode the door open, but it might just give and say, okay, it'll surrender and open for you. That's kind of the way that it happens. You know, it's because the reason why I use that analogy is because I don't want you to think that it's about the quantity of affirmations that you say, but more the quality. Because there's a lot of people who, yeah, they'll get the success after saying it 2 million times, right? But you don't want to formulate the reality where you know, oh shit, well, in order to get this money, I'm going to have to say it 3 million times just like I did with my SP. You don't want to get to that point. And that's why I like to use what I call narc-maxing. It still makes me cringe saying it. I'm going to have to get another term. Or ridiculous affirmations, right? So we're going to use the popular example of manifesting a specific person. Don't just tell yourself, me and my SP are back together. Don't just tell yourself that SP loves me. Say that your SP wets themselves every single time they make eye contact with you. You are their number one sexual and romantic fantasy. You can't do anything wrong in SP's eyes because you are perfect. Even if you break all the rules in the book, they only love you more. They carry 5 pairs of panties whenever you guys work together because they can't stop going to the bathroom to pleasure themselves thinking about you. I actually used that last affirmation and it fucking worked. Look, I've used affirmations before and didn't make them that ridiculous. I remember there was one woman who I worked with a couple years ago, and all the guys were just simping for her like crazy. But I've always had success with women, right? Now, you know, before I got into the manifestation community, there were a certain few that I liked more than others, and that is where I would notice that I would struggle. But this was a woman that, though she was really, really attractive, because I was having so much success at that time, I just saw her and I said, you know what? You know, because all the guys wanted her. All the guys would get rejected by her. Even to the point where, you know, I heard one of my mutual friends say that she was talking about how she only dates tall guys. I'm 5'7". And yet, despite all the shit that I was seeing in the 3D, despite all that data that I was downloading with my senses, there was just something in me that said, yeah, I have her. And within a month, she started touching me, she started flirting with me, she started texting me, and one thing led to another, and let's just say, thank God, human resources didn't get involved. And this was all not from 1 million affirmations, not from 10 million affirmations. All I did was almost have like a hunch, almost like a feeling to myself, like, yeah, I got this in a bag. And sure enough, I just went about my job, working like normal, not even approaching her, may I add. I didn't spit any game, as you guys like to call it. I didn't, try to get within her proximity and peacock. All I did was do me. And like I said, it would happen, it happened. And I even remember one time I had like a little imagination, and I wasn't even studying SATs at this time. I didn't even, I was not really getting so much into visual. I knew about the law of assumption, but I wasn't practicing visualization like I do now. Let's just put it that way. And I remember just having an imagination like we were going to be making out in the storage room, and I didn't actually, excuse me, I didn't say it. I just, the image popped up in my brain. Maybe I was horny, maybe I was excited, whatever. The first time that we made out was in the storage room. Okay, look, guys, make your affirmations as crazy as possible, but know that you want to get to the point where you can be like me and just say it once and it happened. Now, to be fair, I wasn't as strong with my assumptions like I am now. Back then, I was basing it off of what I believed to be my self-concept at that time, but then I had some struggles later on, and my self-concept started to take a big dip, right? You can kill two birds with one stone. Don't just affirm for SP, but affirm for yourself, because you can get that text message you want. You can get the, SP of your dreams, but it will all falter because it was built on a crappy foundation. You are the foundation. You want to build yourself up into a tower that will never fall. So just like I'm saying that you should manifest that your SP simps for you and that she carries 5 pairs of panties because she wants to masturbate every single time she sees you, is the same way that you should talk about yourself. You want to chase this SP? No. Chase yourself first. Put yourself on the pedestal. Tell yourself every single day. You can still say you're your SP sexual fantasy and that she doesn't want anybody but you, but also don't just make the subject about her. Does that make sense? When you are talking about an SP, you don't want to only make the affirmations about her, because eventually your ego or your subconscious or whatever is going to recognize, but wait a second, where do you fall into the equation? And then they're going to know. They're going to realize that your whole world revolves around them, and then they become God. They become king. You do not want to be their servant. You want them to bow down to you. So how does one who is worshipped behave? Tell yourself that you are number one. Tell yourself that you are the greatest of all time, that you are the sexiest man alive, that whenever and wherever you go, they prepare the red carpet for you. No one is better than you. Just like my boy, the next Neville Goddard himself, Eric from The Power of I Am, says, you're perfect. No one is better than you. No one compares to you. So claim it. It's a little bit, probably my shortest video of all time, but I am Neil Larthos. This is all that the I'm Awareness had to say. And I know you're going to be okay.